to the 60s, a year I really don't know much about. My parents weren't even a thought in my grandparents' minds yet, which makes me... I don't even know. Something I do know about the 60s, though, is the Silver Age of comics. This age brought the wacky, zany adventures of Jimmy Olsen, the time-traveling, multiverse-traveling Flash for the first time, bringing the multiverse to thousands of new readers, and Batman. Batman had to change from his kind of dark crime roots to something the modern DC EU fan would know nothing about. Batman had to become fun and campy. Out of this campiness came a Batman TV show. A show adored by parents and kids alike. Mostly because the kids found it fun, and the parents found how over the top it is pretty funny. Well, this show got popular enough that it got a feature-length film. The first feature-length superhero film, might I add. And if you disagree with me, be quiet, huh? If you want to go, I don't know, watch Superman versus the Mole Man, go do it. I won't stop you. I won't. Your video will probably get more views than mine anyway, so leave. Get out. Make that video, okay? Thanks. Now that everyone that agrees with me is still here, you probably don't think I'm qualified for the job. You look at me and go, he's not that much of a nerd. No, I'll prove you wrong, huh? This one thing, it will prove you wrong. See this? Yeah, this is a single comic book. You know what that means? That means I know everything there is to know about Batman. So, well, now that all your worries are out of the way and I am a true Batman aficionado, let's talk about this movie. So, what's the plot of this movie? Well, it's the 60s, so it turns out that has positives and negatives. A positive being, oh well, it's all practical. All the effects, all the sets, everything. All practical, which is really cool. But it also brings probably a much harsher negative, known as, only white people. Yeah. This movie only has white people in it. I think there's one black guy, and I thank him for being in this movie dearly, or else the whiteness may have blinded me. What's the plot of this movie? Well, it's a Batman story, so that probably means, I don't know, parents getting shot, dying, and... Oh. No! They don't die! That's great news! Or actually they do die, but it's not shown! This movie starts us right off with a fight in the middle of the ocean between Batman and a shark. A very famous shark, in fact, as it's stuffed with TNT. Resulting in probably the most famous scene in this movie. The scene where Batman fights the shark and sprays him with bat repellent. Or, sorry, bat shark repellent. Also known as shark repellent bat spray in the movie, but it's easier to say bat shark repellent. This evil, evil crime has to be brought out by some supervillain. Well, with some clever detectiving, Batman's able to find out who does it. So, who is it? Well, we'll have to watch the clip to find out.
Could be any one of them, but which one? Which ones?
Pretty fishy what happened to me on that ladder.
You mean where there's a fish, there could be a penguin?
But wait, it happened at sea. See? C for Catwoman.
Yet, that exploding shark was pulling my leg.
The Joker.
It all adds up to a sinister riddle. Riddler. Riddler?
Oh, thought strikes me. So dreadful, I scarcely dare give it utterance.
The four of them. Their forces combined.
Holy nightmare.
Batman, could it be?
I don't know.
Yes. With that clever bit of detective work, Batman and the gang are able to decipher that the villains are Riddler Joker, Catwoman, and the Penguin. What does this mean? Well, it means this is Batman's most dangerous event yet. 4 villains? How are you going to beat that? There's only 2 of them, Batman and Robin does nothing. Well, it's relatively simple. But I'll have to explain the villain's plot first. So, it's pretty simple. The villains have deciphered if we bring Batman into the middle of the ocean, we can kill him by exploding a shark. And don't worry, we have a backup plan. And that backup plan is luring him back to the spot and then magnetizing him with a buoy and then shooting a torpedo at the buoy and it will kill him. But if that doesn't work, we have another plan. So all you need to do is get Catwoman to dress up like a Russian woman and coax Bruce Wayne into falling in love with her so she can capture him, and then Batman will show up to save Bruce Wayne, at which you launch him into the ocean with an exploding octopus? What's with the seafood? Well, anyway, I guess if that doesn't work, we could just capture UN ambassadors and disintegrate them, holding their ashes hostage until we get money in which we rehydrate them, bringing them back to life. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Unfortunately for these villains, it all goes awry as Batman uses his arsenal of bat-themed gadgets to absolutely demolish them. None of their plans work, and Batman comes out victorious. The UN ambassadors are saved, and Batman and Robin are still alive. Yeah. Sorry. What's that? Oh. Well, I guess the movie isn't over, as the UN ambassadors' minds have been swapped. And you know what that means. Time to find out how to swap them back. Sorry? Oh no, it just turns out Batman leaves through the window. And just leaves it. Calls it a force of nature, can't deal with it. And leaves the UN ambassadors with their minds swapped. Yeah, no joke, that's how the movie ends. He walks out the window, crawling down, credits roll, and he says it's for the best. So, you can call me J. Jonah Jameson here, but Batman's a menace. Did I like this movie? Yes, I like this movie a lot. The 60s camp brings a unique aura that you never see in modern superhero movies, along with a solid jokes. Like, this movie has some really funny bits. Here, I guess I can show you a couple. Oh, yeah, that one. That one's really funny. Ooh. Good choice there. Didn't see that one coming. Oh, classic. Absolute classic. Anyway, now that you know this movie is comedy, I'll talk about the characters, as the plot I've already explained and is also really bare bones. It's funny, but because this is just an extension of a TV show, it really isn't special. The characters are really what bring it to light and expand on everything. So, to find out which one of these characters are the best and which ones I like the most, I'll rank them on a score of 1 to 10 bats, as I couldn't think of anything better when writing this script. So, we'll start with the man himself, Bruce Wayne Batman. Bruce Wayne Batman is a very simple character. He's played as the straight man in the movie and mostly takes in jokes rather than doling them out. But when he does dole them out, they're actually relatively funny. He doesn't have much going for him, as he just spouts life lessons and is all around the perfect human being. So I guess for that I'll give him a solid 7 bats out of 10. Next up we have Robin, Boy Wonder. He honestly just kind of sucks in this movie. All he does is take in life lessons and tell people not to drink. Yeah, there isn't much to do with him. He does say, "Holy Batman," something or other like that, quite a few times. So I'll bump him up some points for that. Although I don't have much to talk about. So, I don't know, 4 bats? Following Robin up, we have the villains. The evildoers. The big bads. And where the more fun characters come. First we have Joker. Joker is really good in this movie. Or he could be. He isn't Mr. Society Man, as anyone on Reddit would hope. But he's pretty funny. He has a couple jokes, his hair's crazy, and he always has his dumb mustache. But most of the movie is just spent arguing with Riddler. That is most of his time. He just argues with this guy because I guess jokes and riddles clash. It's truly unfortunate. 5 bats out of 10. Now, next up, we have Catwoman. Catwoman is one of the only women in this entire movie. There isn't a ton of them, and she doesn't do much because she's a woman and it's the 60s. Yeah, she just stands in the sidelines waiting for the big, strong men to do something and hisses a lot and say perfect, except perfect, because she's a cat. So unfortunately, as previously mentioned, she is a woman, and it's the 60s. She's not allowed to take a punch. She's not allowed to be hit at all. It's like a written rule in the movie. Along with the famous curse of 90s Spider-Man. She's not allowed to throw a punch either. So she does nothing. Any fight scene, she does nothing. And she's only there to seduce Bruce Wayne as Kit Kat. I do like her. Like 6 bats at a time. And next up is Penguin. The guy himself. The leader of the group. The guy who waddles everywhere, because I guess he's a penguin. He goes wah, 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 a lot. This actually leads to him being relatively funny and playing a pretty big role in the plot, as he disguises himself as the captain to get Batman and Robin to lower their guard so he can beat them up, and it doesn't work. And also, just a weird thing, you think he's a penguin, right? So I guess that means water, ice, some fish, which some of that is in the movie. He has his penguin submarine, his penguin paraphernalia, a lot of penguin things, but another weird black and white animal really helps his character out. A skunk, as his umbrella exclusively shoots gas that knocks people out, which is a weird thing because you don't see that in penguins at all. It's a weird choice that I guess lends itself kind of well to the movie and makes Penguin a little more unique. 6 bats out of 10. That leads us off with the last character, the Riddler. Riddler is relatively fancy. He has his beautiful suits with like really nice inner linings, and overall is really funny. He might as well be the Joker. He's hopping around, dancing, laughing like it's his last time he ever could. It's really weird how absolutely unique this guy is. Like, he just steals the show. He is the star. I have no words to express how much more I like this guy in this movie. 10 bats. 10 bats out of 10. He just absolutely carries. What's this movie like? Is it good? Well, it's a tier list show after all, so we have to put it on a tier list. It probably means you're wondering, what tier could it be? Well, I'm not going to give you any fanfare. It's an A tier. It's a really good movie. Not perfect, but just really, really overall great and a really fun movie to watch with friends. I greatly recommend you watch this movie, and that's pretty much all. I will, however, treat you to one of Batman's famous life lessons, as he actually gives the moral of the story in this movie.
No, Robin. No. It's not for mortals like us to tamper with the laws of nature.